Hello, hello.
Hi.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
How are you guys doing?
Did you have a good weekend?
I hope it was amazing.
You do anything fun and socially distanced?
Zope. It's chapter 26. Blood.
The Cullens have just arrived at the ballet studio and they're going to try their very bestest to save Bella from the tracker's attack. The tracker.
Edward just busted down the door. Let's do this. Through the door. It shattered around me, flying off the wall in pieces. I'm here.
Oh my
Boom,
God,
baby.
hello.
Oh yeah, it's Cusco kicking open the door.
Boom, baby.
The roar that exploded from my core was entirely instinctual. Ooh, from the core he's been doing his kegels. The tracker's head jerked up, and then he dove for the crimson shape on the floor below him. I saw one pale hand stretched out in futile self-defense.
No, don't do it with me. No. So Edward sees this basically.
What?
The obstacle of the door had not slowed my momentum. He's like, I'm so much tougher than this door.
Yeah.
It wasn't even an obstacle. I flew into the tracker mid-lunge, throwing him away from his target, smashing him into the floor with enough force to crater the wooden planks. Get him and just bang him on the floor.
I rolled, pulling him over me. Ooh.
Oh, switching the positions for you.
And then kicked him to the center of the room where Emmett was waiting. Kicks him to Emmett. Emmett's just waiting and like, kick, boom. I would love for Emmett to just be like, rip the arms off of him right then and there.
Rip him apart immediately, just catch.
For the entire quarter of a second that I was grappling with the tracker, I was barely aware of him as a living creature. He was just an object in my way.
Edward objectifies the tracker.
Yeah. I knew that at some point in the near future, I would be jealous of Emmett and Jasper. I would wish for the chance to claw and slash and sever. But that was all meaningless now. Okay, I'm jealous too. I was expecting Steph to write the whole scene of them ripping James apart. I was really excited for a detailed, piece by piece dismemberment.
What exactly they did to him.
Yeah.
Like, we knew that the tracker died, but like we didn't know how, and I thought we would get some gory details.
And I wanted like a whole thing of like James like
fighting back?
Yeah,
also?
fighting back and be like,
You think you could do this?
they're like,
we get no evil monologue, we get no suffering of this tracker.
yeah, we don't know his last words.
And Emmett and Jasper take care of it, and that's like it. It's like such a bummer, Steph.
Yeah.
First the khaki skirt, and now this.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really, really let down. Like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
Fool me twice, strike three.
I'm out. Super annoyed at that.
Yeah.
Thanks for nothing.
Maybe Stephenie Meyer will rewrite Twilight from Emmett's point of view next time, and we'll get a POV on this fight.
Yeah, and
But
most of it is
probably
just
not.
him like hanging out at home being like, dang, Rosalie looks great in that outfit.
I wonder what's on. We got a game on today? Hey Jasper, want to play tag? No? Oh, okay.
Anyone want to arm wrestle?
Anybody?
Oh wait,
Anybody?
no one's home?
Oh, okay.
As I had known she would be, Bella was crumpled against the wall, framed by splintered mirrors. Everything was red. Her eyes were closed, her pale hand had fallen limp beside her, her heartbeat was weak, faltering.
Oh no, Bella!
I didn't decide to move. I was just there beside her, kneeling in her blood. Ew! Fire burned through my chest and my head, but I couldn't separate out the different kinds of pain. I was afraid to touch her. She was broken in so many places. I could make it worse.
She's like super broken. I heard my own voice rambling the same words over and over again. Her name. No, please. Stop. Don't. No, please.
I heard myself screaming Carlisle's name, but he was already there, kneeling in the blood by her side. The words pouring from my mouth weren't words anymore, just mangled, heaving sounds. Sobs.
Oh,
But Edward can't cry, so he's just like, boop, 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 boop.
And Carlisle touches Bella more intimately than Edward could ever dream of.
His hands traced from her scalp to her ankle and then back again. So quickly they blurred. He pressed both hands to her head, seeking ruptures. He pushed 2 fingers tight against a spot 3 inches behind her right ear. A weak cry broke through her lips. Her face spasmed with pain.
With pain.
With pain.
Pain.
It hurt so good. I begged.
Bella.
Carlisle's calm voice was the antithesis to my raw screaming. She's lost some blood, but the head wound isn't deep. Watch out for her leg. It's broken.
A howl of pure rage ripped through the room. Carlisle says some ribs too, I think. Still preternaturally calm. And some ribs are broken.
He's like, oh, that looks, that's not
that
in the
looks
right
bad.
place. Okay. His thoughts were practical and passive. He knew I would be listening, but he was also encouraged by his examination. We were in time. The damage was not critical.
Okay, that's a good sign.
I caught the ifs in his assessment, though. If he could get the bleeding under control, if a rib didn't puncture her lung, if the internal damage was no more than it seemed, if he had a real medical degree,
If I was a doctor, maybe I would have some idea what's going on here. If.
her blood had soaked through my jeans. It covered my arms. I was painted in it.
Some real, like, performance art stuff
just
here.
like, it's meaningful, women's trauma, blood. Capitalism.
Yeah.
Bella moaned in pain.
Ow.
Bella, you're going to be fine. My words were pleading, begging.
Can you hear me, Bella? I love you.
He waits for her to be like unconscious in pain, being like, can you hear me, Bella?
I don't think she can hear me.
No? Okay.
I love you.
Never while she's conscious.
No.
Another moan, but no. She was trying to speak.
Edward. Yes, I'm here.
It hurts.
I know, Bella, I know. So much pain and so much blood I'd never be able to make him answer for. It wasn't enough that he was dying, that he would burn. It would never be enough. Edward is just, again, feeling the jealousy of not being able to kill the tracker himself. And same.
Can you do anything? I snarled at Carlisle. He's like, no, I'm not a doctor.
My bag, please, he said coolly to Alice. He's like, go get my bag. Maybe I can take her temperature? I don't know, maybe.
Stethoscope me? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, morphine always works. Get the morphine.
Get the morphine.
Bring me the morphine. Alice made a tiny choking sound. I reached out to Alice's mind and saw the complication. Another complication. I'd yet to truly register the lake of blood I was kneeling in.
Gross.
I knew somewhere inside my body was probably reacting to it, but wherever that reaction was, it was so deep below the pain that it hadn't surfaced yet.
He's doing a good job at managing his thirst in this situation.
Yeah.
Like, the emotions are very much overpowering his need to drink blood.
Yeah.
So, character growth and development.
But Alice, though she loved Bella, she was not physically prepared for this. She hesitated, teeth clenched, trying to swallow back the venom. Alice was like, oh my god, I've never been in a room with this much blood before.
She's losing it.
Hold your breath, Alice, Carlisle said. It will help.
Mind-blowing tip.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Duh.
Doc.
F***ing duh.
Bella whimpered. My hand hurts.
Ew. I was surprised by her specificity.
There was so much damage.
He's like, yeah, your hand
hurts.
It's
Totally not your f***ed up ribs or your broken leg or your head wound. I don't know.
I know, Bella. Carlisle will give you something. It will stop.
Don't worry. Pills are incoming.
Carlisle was suturing the tears in her scalp so quickly his movements were blurring again. No bleed could escape his eyes. He was able to repair the larger vessels with tiny stitches that another surgeon would not be able to duplicate under perfect conditions, even with medical assistance or medical degrees. I wish he would take a break and get some painkillers into her system. Yeah, he's like, I'm American. Come on, give her some drugs.
Yeah, stop fixing her.
Yeah.
Start medicating her.
Yeah, avoid the root of the problem and go straight for the medication.
Come on.
With a sudden jolt, Bella twitched half upright. Bella with a broken spine and like broken ribs somehow was like, my hand is burning! Bella, I cried idiotically for an instant. I could only think of the fire raging in my own body. Was I hurting her? The fire! She screamed, her back arching despite a groaning in her ribs. Someone stop the fire! The sound of her agony stupefied me.
Harry Potter crossover.
I knew that I understood the truth of what she was saying, but panic scrambled all the meanings in my head. It felt like someone else was forcing my head to turn away from her face, forcing my eyes to focus on the crimson, stippled hand she was thrusting away from herself, the fingers seizing, twitching in torture. Her hands just like... Getting blood bended over here.
A short, shallow slice was torn through the skin across the heel of her hand. It was nothing to her other injuries. Already the blood was slowing. I knew what I was seeing, but I couldn't form the right words. All I could gasp out was, Carlisle! Her hand!
He glanced up unwillingly from his work. He's like, oh my god, I'm working on stitches here.
You know I'm not good at this.
Enough with the distraction. Get your shit together.
God. And then the shock hit him too. His voice was hollow.
He bit her.
Oh my god. There were the words. He bit her.
Those iconic 3 words. Never I love you. Only he bit her.
The tracker had bitten Bella. The fire was venom.
1 plus 1 equals 2.
Y equals mx plus b.
The fire, the venom.
He bite Bella vampire.
Venom, fire. Oh no!
It's a worst case scenario. It's a worst case scenario.
Oh god.
Honestly, worse than Bella dying is Bella turning into a vampire.
In slow motion, I saw it replay in my memory. I ripped through the door.
Bah!
The tracker lunged.
And then what?
Bella's hand shot out in front of her.
Uh-huh.
I slammed into him, forcing him away.
Get him and just...
But his teeth were exposed. His neck extended. I'd been a millisecond too slow.
I mean, I feel like the tracker would have just killed her, but he bit her because he showed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like... Carlisle's hands were still motionless. Fix her! I wanted to scream at him, but I knew as he did that his efforts were worthless now. Carlisle's like, I mean, there's no point in fixing.
There's no point in
any
fixing
of
these injuries.
wounds here.
The venom is gonna fix her, and
yeah.
the vampire transformation,
Yeah.
it will heal all her wounds, and she'll just be a vampire and perfect.
Yeah, and I can stop pretending to be a doctor now.
Yeah. I'm off the hook.
There's nothing I can do here. I'm just gonna be a
My hands
vampire.
are tied.
Everything broken inside her would knit together on its own. Every shattered bone, every gash, every tiny leaking tear beneath her skin, all would be whole soon. Her heart would stop and never beat again. Bella screamed and writhed in misery. Edward.
Alice has returned. She's got her shit back together. She's like, okay, sorry, she needs to like get some fresh air. But anyway, we're back.
You can't let it happen this way. She was thinking about how Carlisle had one bite and it took a really long time and it hurt really bad.
Oh yeah, you can't let it happen this way. Like, if it starts here, it's gonna take forever and be super burny. Remember, Edward had that too.
Yeah, and as we know, Esme is docile as anyone, and she got corn on the cob. So look, we gotta just
bite her all
cob.
over.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the time to mash her up. Let's get this going. Carlisle was also remembering the teeth marks on his own palm and long, protracted suffering. Then he thought of me, a phantom burn traced along Edward's own hand as he was remembering. Edward, you have to do it, Alice insisted. But she's not breathing.
Edward, you have to do it. Edward thinks, I could make this easier, faster for Bella. She didn't have to suffer as long as I had. She would still suffer. The pain would be unimaginable. The fire would torture her for days. Just not as many days. And at the end of it,
No! I howled, but I knew my protest was useless.
oh my god, Bella's gonna be a vampire.
No! Alice's vision was so strong now it seemed inevitable. Like history, not future. Bella, stone white, her eyes glowing 100 times brighter than the slaughter scenes surrounding us now. My own memory intruded, shoving another image into juxtaposition with Alice's vision. Rosalie, resentful, regretful, always mourning what she'd lost.
Always ruining what she'd rust.
Never resigned to what had been done to her. She had no choice, and she'd never forgiven us. Petty queen. If anyone can hold a grudge, it's Rosalie.
Forever and ever.
And ever.
Amen.
Could I bear to have Bella stare at me with the same regrets for the next 1,000 years? He's like, I hate Rosalie. I don't want Bella to turn into Rosalie.
Bella cannot turn into Rosalie.
He's just seeing Rosalie's face being like, and when she begs.
And when she begs,
Because she will.
because she will.
Could I bear to have Bella stare at me that way? Yes! The most selfish part of me insisted. Better that than to have her disappear now to slip away from me. And agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
But then he immediately comes, but was it better? Yes,
Yes,
it's
it is
better.
better.
Having her, heart stop so she dies is definitely better than her literally dying.
Yeah, come on.
What the hell?
Also, if you two had communicated and you'd been honest with her about how vampires get made and if Bella would want that for her own future, you would know that she would be cool with this happening.
An open line of communication would have solved this whole issue here.
If they had a healthy relationship.
Yeah. If Edward just stopped making decisions for everyone in his life.
Yeah, seriously. If it was her body, her choice, we wouldn't be in the situation.
Nope. If she could grasp every ramification and every loss, would she choose this way?
Yes.
Alice! Bella groaned, her eyes sliding closed. Was she recognizing Alice's return, or was she just giving up on my help? Yeah, my hand hurts. Edward, my hand. And then Edward doesn't say anything. So
Edward's
she's
like,
okay, fine. Alice, my hand. Somebody. I was doing nothing but
falling apart.
Edward! Alice shouted at me. Her impatience with my hesitation was reaching a frenzy, but she didn't trust herself enough to act. She's like,
I will kill her if I bite her.
Edward, come on!
You gotta do it.
Alice saw that I was drowning. She saw my futures spinning out into 1,000 different kinds of despair. On the outer edges, she even saw me doing the one unimaginable thing I hadn't yet consciously considered. The thing I was sure I was too weak for. Until I saw it in her mind, I didn't realize that version even existed in my head. Now I could see it.
Killing Bella.
Oh,
no.
No.
What if he bites her and then he drinks her blood and then he can't stop drinking her blood?
Yeah, very real probability.
Super strong probability.
Was it the right thing to stop her pain? To give her, in her total and perfect innocence, a chance at a different destiny than the inevitable one I knew I was facing? A different kind of afterlife than the cold, bloodthirsty one she was burning toward now?
Oh, he's literally like, it's better for her to die and go to heaven. Which is like a total assumption of Bella's religious beliefs.
He's considering like ripping Bella into shreds and burning the pieces.
No, he's thinking about...
Because if he doesn't, then she will become a vampire. So he's like,
oh my God.
Okay, in order to like kill her, I will have to like rip her into pieces and like burn the pieces.
No, he
We're
would
gonna
just
do,
drink,
like-
no, he would just drink the rest of her blood.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think,
That could
right?
work too.
Unless...
Yeah. Well, there's a few options.
there's a couple options.
We could go Viking funeral, or
Oh my
or
God.
drink the bottle.
Yeah, oh my God.
The pain was too much, and I couldn't trust my thoughts, spinning out of control because Bella was screaming.
He's like, can you shut up?
Oh
I have
my
to think.
God!
Be
Do I
quiet.
kill you? Do
Quiet
I
down.
metaphorically kill you? I turned my eyes and mind to Carlisle, hoping for some assurance, some absolution, but I met something entirely different. In his mind, a coiled desert viper, sand-colored scales sliding across each other with a dry rasping sound. The image was so unexpected that I froze again with shock. There may be a chance, Carlisle said.
Like what, Carlisle? That she'll be sorted into Slytherin? What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
That she'll turn into a snake.
Yeah, what?
We keep her as a pet and feed her mice. There was just a glimmer of hope in his head. He saw what Bella's suffering was doing to me now. He too feared what forcing her into this life would do to both her and me in the future. And yet, the sliver of hope.
What? I begged him. What was the chance?
Carlisle started stitching her scalp again. He had enough faith in this idea that he thought it might be necessary to finish repairing her wounds. Yay!
Like, ooh, okay.
All right, da-da-da, start
That's a good
sewing
thing.
again. See if you can suck the venom back out.
Whoa.
Like a snake venom bite. Where
Galaxy
you can, like,
brain idea.
suck the venom out.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
wow. Carlisle's like, I can't believe I never thought about this before. I'm gonna write this in my journal.
Can't wait to write this down in my vampire log.
He writes his hypothesis. Maybe suck venom out like snake bite.
Perhaps extract venom from person. Saved from vampirism.
Will that work? Alice demanded. She looked ahead to answer her own question.
But nothing was clear because no decisions have been made. Edward's decision has not been made. He's the only one that can do it.
He's teetering.
Carlisle didn't look up from his work. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. Like, I literally don't know. This is just like a little like experiment in the backyard. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
This is like Coke and Mentos
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. The bottle rocket.
baking soda and a cap that wasn't screwed on all the way.
Yeah. Just try it. It'll be cool.
Yeah, come on. There was no time for this. But I wanted to scream, but I'm a vampire! But I'm a vampire! I would taste the blood and I would frenzy, especially her blood.
His heroin.
Come on!
You can't just do one hit of heroin.
Yeah, everyone knows you can't do one hit of heroin.
Everyone knows that.
It's at least 2 hits.
It's like it's like the heroin fact.
If I gave in even a tiny bit to that need, Carlisle, I don't know how you do that. His voice was even but heavy. It's your decision, Edward. Either way, life or death or half-life, my decision. But was life even in my power? I'd never been that strong.
Carlisle says, I can't help you. I have to get this bleeding stopped here if you're going to be taking blood from her hand. But also, like, I can't be there for you emotionally in this moment. Like, I'm busy with these contusions.
Yeah. Bella thrashed as a new wave of pain rocked her, jerking her twisted leg. Edward! Alice! Carlisle snapped. Get something to brace her leg. Alice darted out of my peripheral vision, and I could hear her ripping boards up from the floor and snapping them into usable sizes. Edward, you must do it now, or it will be too late! Bella's eyes begged, desperate for relief.
Please.
Please,
just
let me. Bella was burning and I was the exact wrong person to save her. Absolutely and literally the worst person in the entire universe for this task.
Literally the worst person in like the whole universe.
But I was the only one here to do it. You have to do this, I ordered myself. There is no other way. You cannot fail. I grasped her twisting hand, smoothed her clenched fingers, holding them still. I stopped breathing and bent to press my mouth to her hand. Cute. I sealed my lips around the small gash, closed my eyes, and then began. It hit me like an explosion, a bomb detonating inside my body and mind. The first time I'd caught Bella's scent, I thought I'd been undone. That was a paper cut. This was a decapitation. My brain was severed from my body. Oh my God. But it wasn't pain. Bella's blood was the opposite of pain. Pleasure. It erased every burn I'd ever suffered. And it was so much more than just the absence of pain. It was satisfaction. It was bliss. It felt suffused with a strange kind of joy. A joy of the body alone. I was healed and alive, every nerve ending thrumming with contentment.
Further proof that blood in the Twilight Saga is a metaphor for premarital sex. He's literally having an orgasm right now. Like, this is like a very intimate experience.
Yeah.
He's losing his shit. It's pure pleasure. It's ecstasy. It is bliss. It's a
Decapitation. He's losing his head.
He's losing his head. He's like, it's severed from his body and all he knows is like feel. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
A joy of the body alone. Like, come on.
Rapture. Elation. My body knew well that there was more to be had close at hand. More, my body hummed.
More.
My body couldn't move. I'd forced it motionless, and I kept it so.
Because if he keeps thrusting, he's gonna.
I had to think. I had to stop feeling and think. There was something outside this bliss. Picture your grandma naked. Picture grandma naked.
Dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies.
Pain. There was pain that the pleasure couldn't reach. Pain that was both outside and inside my mind. The pain was high-pitched and dissonant. It swelled into a crescendo. Bella was screaming. I reached out mentally for something to hold on to and found a life ring waiting.
It's Alice!
Yes, Edward, you can do this, see? You're going to save her!
You can do it!
Come on, Edward!
Come on, man, come on! Alice showed me 1,000 glimpses of the future. Bella smiling, Bella laughing, Bella reaching for my hand, Bella holding her arms open for me, Bella staring into my eyes with fascination, Bella walking next to me at school. Okay, so much
Bella doing things.
Bella's doing a lot of things, okay? 1,000 different scenes with Bella. Healthy and whole, alive and happy, and with me. He can do this. The future is solidifying. Whoop, whoop. The bliss, the physical joy dimmed. The taste of venom was strong. It was still too soon, so he's got to keep going. Even though he's got the life raft, but he's got to stay doing it. He can't quit now.
And then Alice just says, I will show you when.
It's like when you're at Olive Garden and the waiter starts shaving a bunch of Parmesan on your table, and they're like, just say when, and you're like, And
no, I'll tell you when.
And they're like, I'll tell you when. I felt myself careening past the place where I could stop. I was losing myself. I was going to kill her. My body thrilling with joy the entire time. Oh my God!
Bella's scream quieted, loosening my connection to the pain I needed to feel. She whimpered a few times and then sighed. I was going to kill her.
Oh no!
Edward, she whispered. He's right here, Bella, Alice soothed.
right here killing you!
I was barely aware of anything else. Sound faded, the light seemed dim behind my eyelids. There was nothing else really, just the blood. Even Alice's thoughts, nearly screaming at me, felt muted and far away.
It's time!
Alice told me.
Now, Edward! Now! Step away from the girlfriend!
Through my near total absorption, I could taste that. The icy sting was gone. A new chemical flavor took its place. Morphine! Stop, Edward, now! But Alice could see I was lost. I could hear her wondering frantically if she could pull me off Bella, or if that fight would just injure Bella more.
Oh my god, Edward, get it together!
It's like two lions like fighting over a piece of meat and just like
dragging it around.
Stay, Edward, Bella sighed, peaceful now. Stay with me. Stay with me. 'Cause you're all I need. Her quiet voice slid into my head, somehow stronger than Alice's panic, louder than all the chaos inside me and around me. The sound of her confidence was a key turning. There's nothing like a confident woman to kill a boner. And I simply let her hand fall away from my lips. I raised my head and looked at her face, still spattered with blood, still ashy, eyes closed, but calm now. Her pain was eased. We did it! I will. I promised her through blood-stained lips. I will. Her mouth twitched into a frail smile. Is it all out? Carlisle asked.
But Alice had seen it would be fine. Her blood tastes clean. The sound of my voice was rough, grating. Oh, I could taste the morphine.
I can taste the morphine. Bella? Carlisle asked. Is the fire gone?
Yes. Thank you, Edward. I love you.
She sighed, eyes still closed.
I know.
Sassy Bella here. Morphine Bella is sassy.
Oh my god, she's on the verge of death and she's literally just like, yep, no, I still have enough in me for a funny joke.
The chuckle that bubbled up from my chest surprised me. He's like laughing up blood. I had her blood on my tongue. It was probably tinting the edges of my irises red even now.
Oh, hot, I bet.
Ooh, she's never seen it with red eyes before.
I would have liked to see that.
Bella? Carlisle asked again.
What? Her tone was testy now.
Where was your mother? Her eyes flickered for a second, and then she exhaled.
In Florida. He tricked me, Edward. He watched our videos. She's like wasted.
Yeah, she's super drunk, got her wisdom teeth out.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
my
watched
God.
our private videos.
I can't believe him would do that.
He tricked me. This isn't vodka, this is water.
You tricked me. She's just lost so much blood in the painkillers that she's woozy.
Yeah. Alice? Bella struggled to open her eyes and then quit. But her words were as urgent as she could make them in her condition.
Alice, the video. He knew you, Alice. He knew where you came from.
I smell gasoline? Bella's using her dying words to let Alice know that the tracker knew that Alice was from an insane asylum.
Oh, yeah, because the tracker told Bella when he was doing his villain monologue, finally, and filming it on a camcorder, that he recognized Alice and knows where she came from. So, Bella is using her dying breaths to spill the tea.
Yeah, what a homie. Bella is a girl's girl.
She is a girl's girl. Alice is like, thanks, bestie. Emmett and Jasper were back from siphoning the accelerant we needed. So they just went outside and siphoned a bunch of gas from the cars outside and used it to burn James. And that's why Bella's like, I smell gasoline?
Emmett just used his beer bong.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry, I brought my beer bong. Let's do this. With a somber expression, Alice flitted across the ravaged floor to the media center by the door. She picked up a small handheld video recorder that was still running. She switched it off. In the instant she decided to retrieve the camera, hundreds of future fragments flashed through her mind. Images of this room, of Bella, of the tracker, of the blood. It was everything she would see when she played back the recording, too fast and disordered for either of us to absorb much. Her eyes flashed to mine. We'll deal with this later. Alice has a That's So Raven moment of just like, whoa!
Touches this magical object.
Yeah. Like fantasy movies where like you touch the object and you're like, whoa, it's meaningful.
Super cool that she has a vision of herself watching it and then like kind of already knows before she even does it.
Yeah. But she's like, this is emotional baggage we can't handle.
We can't bring into this moment right now.
We have 100 things to do now to make sense of this nightmare.
Well, yeah, they gotta cover everything up. They've like totally destroyed this ballet studio. There's a horrible car wreck outside. The car has all the doors open still.
Yeah, another stolen car.
Come on.
A woman passed out on the side of the freeway.
There's a lot of collateral damage they're gonna have to cover up. So
and Bella's still
that
like,
takes priority.
Yeah, and Bella's still close to death.
Oh yeah, and Bella.
I could tell she was purposely directing her thoughts away from the camera as she ran through the rather involved chores we now must accomplish. But I didn't push.
Later.
It's time to move her, Carlisle said. The smell of gasoline Emmett and Jasper were applying to the walls was becoming overwhelming. No, Bella murmured. I want to sleep.
Bella, no, don't go to sleep. You have sustained way too much head trauma. You're definitely concussed. Sleep is like the worst thing for you
Keep
right
talking.
now.
Phil Allison.
Yeah, come on.
What's up?
Stay with us.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Do not go into the light.
What's your favorite color? We're going back to Bella Swan's extravaganza.
Yeah, Bella,
ask her as many questions as you can.
What's your favorite thing about Phoenix? Who is your old ballet teacher? What else? What kind of candy do you prefer?
You can sleep, sweetheart.
What?
Edward, no!
She can't sleep.
Carlisle is decidedly not a doctor.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely
How
don't
is he
let her
cool
sleep.
with this? Even I know.
Especially, she's got all these contusions from previous concussions. Like, she is a regular concussion victim. Like, the last thing she should be doing is falling asleep right now.
Oh my God.
Carlisle gave her a bucket of morphine.
Oh my God. They're gonna save her from all this stuff and
Just
that
put her in a coma. A coma for forever.
A forever coma.
Edward would be glad. He'd be like, wow,
At least she's alive.
She's alive and peaceful.
And not a vampire.
No, and not going to hell.
This is a good outcome.
The best solution for everyone. Her leg was wrapped tightly inside Alice's floorboard splint.
That's hard to say.
Unique New York. And Carlisle had found time to tape her ribs. Moving more carefully than I ever had before, I lifted her from the blood-soaked floor, trying to support every part of her.
Sleep now, Bella, I whispered. When, sleep is a very dangerous thing and probably the worst thing for you right now, do it now.
Yeah. Slip into a coma, my love.
Sweet dreams.
But oh my God, they saved her.
They did it. Woo!
Edward sucked Bella's blood.
He drank her blood. He kind of he had a whole moment about it.
Yeah, and it turns out Siobhan was right. It is true bliss. He sucked her blood. They ripped up James. They fixed all of her contusions.
He didn't get addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
He took one hit of heroin?
The first case of someone trying heroin only once.
Oh my God.
And Carlisle got to do doctor stuff.
Yeah, it was great practice for him.
Yeah.
When he finally enrolls in medical school.
Yeah. Big success.
I mean, lots of injuries and stuff and collateral damage along the way, but
and a few emotional breakdowns.
Yeah, but James is dead and Bella's alive, and that's
we did it.
We did it. We did it.
Love you guys. Happy chapter 26.
Happy chapter 26.
Happy Monday. Thanks for watching.
Tune in next time to see how they cover up all that damage, and we still got a couple chapters left, so there's a lot more of this story to be told.
Yeah, stick with us.
Yeah.
And have a wonderful week.
Yay! Love you guys.
Bye.